Good evening, everybody. Can I please have your attention? We are only a few minutes away from the commencement of tonight's graduation. We'd ask you all to please start to take your seats. We also request your cooperation by ensuring all mobile phones are on silent for the duration of the ceremony. Thank you. Distinguished guests, relatives and friends of the course graduates, welcome to the West Australia Police Academy. The West Australia Police Force respectfully acknowledges the traditional custodians throughout Western Australia and the continuing connection to the land, waters and community. We pay our respects to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and their cultures and to elders both past and present. We welcome you all tonight to the graduation of Recruit Courses 14 Red Squad and 15 White Squad of 2024. As part of tonight's graduation, the following officials are present. Mr Cole Blanche, APM, Commissioner of Police. The Honourable Rhys Whitby, MLA, Minister for Police, Road Safety, Tourism and Great Southern. Mr. Alan Adams, APM, Deputy Commissioner, Ms. Kylie Whiteley, APM, Deputy Commissioner, and Mr. Frank Pasquale, Executive Director. We also acknowledge the attendance of our other WA Police Force executives, the WA Police Union, and invited guests from the Armed Forces and other organisations. We now await the arrival of the parade contingent. An awards ceremony was held for the graduating officers yesterday, where the following awards were presented. The Physical Excellence Award, sponsored by Police and Community Youth Centres, was presented to Constables Alexander McKinley and Jake Bidewell. The Professional Conduct Award, sponsored by the Retired Police Officers Association, was presented to Constables Jared French and Jordan Stidworthy. The Communications Award, sponsored by the WA Newspapers, was presented to Constables Kane Anderson and Carissa Harvey. The Academic Award, sponsored by the WA Police Social Club, was presented to Constables Tyson Peel and Vance Shukla. The Jeffrey Bowen Award was sponsored by the Detective Training School and was presented to Constables Aidan Young and Cade Lyon.
Red squad, rear-rank.
White squad, rear rank.
Red squad, rear-rank. Steady.
White squad, rear rank. Steady.
Red squad, steady.
White squad, steady.
Could everyone that can please stand as the police banner is marched onto the parade ground. Officers in full uniform are required to salute and hold the salute until the banner halts.
Banner party commander, march on the banner.
Other party, bar in the centre, quick!
Parade, stand at 8.
Thank you. Please be seated. Assembled before you are the members of Recruit Courses 14 and 15 of 2024. The officers standing before you have endured an intensive 28-week training course at the West Australia Police Academy, and we welcome them to our police family. Please join me in congratulating them with a round of applause. The WA Police Force continues to celebrate diversity and encourages it within our workplace. There are 53 officers graduating tonight. They vary in age from 18 to 48 years. 6 originate from a culturally and linguistically diverse community. 5 are Aboriginal and 4 can speak another language. In charge of tonight's parade is Acting Senior Sergeant Randall Worthington. Acting Sergeant Angie Studd is the banner party commander and Senior Constable Carolyn Mulhall is the banner ensign. The armed escorts are Senior Constables Mel Boshin and Casey Patton. And the drill leaders this evening are Constable Jared French and Constable Drew Williamson. The armed escorts are carrying short magazine Lee Enfield rifles dated 1941 and 1943. The .303 SMLE rifles are a new inclusion for tonight's graduation, transitioning from the Smith & Wesson .38 revolver, which are now being worn by the drill leaders representing the change of arms. Historically, WA Police Patrol officers carried SMLE rifles from 1908 through to 1987. The aide to the commanding officer for tonight's parade is Acting Commander Michael Dalla Costa. We now await the arrival of the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Cole Blanche, APM. Other awards presented at the awards ceremony were the Endeavour Award, sponsored by the Western Australian Police Historical Society, was presented to Constables Melissa Urban and Sean Whitesmith. The Driver Proficiency Award, sponsored by the WA Police Pipe Band, was presented to Constables Jackson Poole and Tiana Birch. The Operational Safety and Tactics Training Award, sponsored by PNN Bank, was presented to Constables Chanel Pippinen and Jordan Stidworthy. The Parade Sergeants Award, sponsored by the WA Police Union, was presented to Constables Jared French and Drew Williamson. The Good Samaritan Award, sponsored by the Order of Australia, was presented to Constables Nicola Powell and Jennifer Moen. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for their continued support. And now arriving is the Commanding and Reviewing Officer, Commissioner Cole Blanche, APM.
General salute. Freeze. Out! Halt! Freeze and out! Hey.
I now invite Professor Colleen Hayward AM to conduct the Welcome to Country.
Grade 8. Out! John!
Thank you, everyone, and good evening. I take this opportunity to recognise our graduates, and I acknowledge and thank the families and friends who've supported them on their respective journeys. I also thank the Commissioner and the Academy for ensuring the inclusion of a Welcome to Country as part of these formal proceedings. In Noongar, we say kaya. It's a greeting word that goes beyond hello to I see you. I see that we are here together for common purpose. In fact, it connects us to each other, to this place and to this ceremony. Lately, and in my view sadly, there's been a fair bit of national debate about whether welcomes to country should be included in events. For me, such things are pretty simple if we think about how we conduct our own lives, the things we do, and the way in which we do them. For instance, this evening we were all greeted when we arrived. We were all shown where we could be. We were all informed about how things would work. Indeed, we were all welcomed into this space, made to feel included and safe. That is what a Welcome to Country seeks to do, to include us all and to make us all feel safe and connected to one another. These are good things for everyone, so I also say Wanju, our word for welcome. Many of you may not be aware that this place we call Joondalup makes use of the Noongar name for this area. It references Lake Joondalup itself, which resembles a giant footprint after the giant spirit woman in one of our dreaming stories. It is also the name we give the shimmer we can see above the lake waters when it's a full moon. And here, we're not far from Yelagonga Park, named after Elder Yelagonga, who lived at the time of the establishment of the Swan River Colony. He was Yagan's uncle. My reference to Noongar people is because in Western Australia, as well as right across the continent, there are a multitude of Aboriginal nations. The Noongar part constitutes the southwest corner of this state, a special place for us all. I note briefly that we are currently in the season of Djerran, one of our 6 seasons, and that here we are on that part of Noongar country belonging to the Whadjuk clan, one of our 14 clans. I hope that some of the Noongar words I've used are familiar to you, because the spirits of our ancestors love to hear the language of the land. After all, they've been listening for 60,000 years. So on your behalf, I say, Jorbani Nunok Jinanjini, Nalakadajini, Nungamort Bridia Kayan Kardak Nijabuja. Translated, that shows respect and regard to those ancestors, as well as to you all. It asks the spirits of those ancestors to keep us safe in this place and as you journey home. And it thanks you for your care of country and of each other. So Kaya, I see you. Wanju, welcome. And because we don't have a word for goodbye, I say Bordawin, which means until we meet again. So thank you and congratulations again to our graduates. Thank you.
Nala ala Nunyok Whadjuk Noongar, Professor Hayward. The parade sergeant will now invite the Commissioner of Police to inspect the parade. The mounted section are led by Senior Constable Talia Corley on police horse Jethro, with Senior Constable Georgia Cook on Police Horse Rose. The West Australian Police Pipe Band has represented the WA Police Force and the state of Western Australia since 1966. Tonight our pipe band is led by Drum Major Sergeant Darren King, Pipe Major Mr Chris McDonald, leading drummer Mr Ryan Green. Our award-winning pipe band have won numerous national and international titles, and they are invited to perform at over 200 high-profile policing and community engagement events each year. This evening, the motorcycle escorts are led by Sergeant Jeremy Fricker. He is joined by Senior Constable Chris Hinch, Senior Constable Nick Canane, Senior Constable Craig Green, and First Class Constable Don Justin. I would like to acknowledge the Honourable Reece Whitby, MLA, Minister for Police, Road Safety, Tourism and Great Southern, is at the dais. Thank you. I now invite Police Chaplain Ev Hurd to bless the parade.
Good evening, Commissioner, Minister and honoured guests. And a special welcome to the family and friends from our graduating squads. To our red and white squads of 2025, congratulations for all of you to have achieved to get to this momentous occasion this evening. As you graduate today and commence work in the community, I ask that you remember to always treat those that you are called to assist as you would want your family and your loved ones to be treated. At the same time, I ask that you endeavour to never overlook or take for granted your family. Remember that your family will remain your greatest assets in this journey. They will be there through the highs and the lows, when there is joy and when there is struggle. Treat them always as the precious people that they are. Let's pray. Loving God, we thank you for each of these women and men who stand here today as constables of the Western Australia Police Force, who have been prepared for the task of maintaining peace and protection within the communities in which they will serve. Into your protection and care we commit them, and we ask your blessing upon them and their loved ones, along with all members of the Western Australia Police Force, as they strive to protect and serve the communities where they are posted. Give them insight, patience, courage, and compassion in their day-to-day interactions with members of the public. Lord, watch over them, and when their duty is done, bring them safely to their homes and loved ones. For those retiring officers tonight, we thank you, Lord, for their diligent and faithful duty over such long periods of time, and pray that the days ahead will be filled with joy and wonder for the rich legacy they share and the future that opens up before them in new ways. For those who now serve and have served, may your blessing remain with us all. We ask this in the name of the one who calls us and watches over us. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Hurd. The Parade Sergeant will now prepare the parade for the March Past. We encourage you all to cheer and applaud as the graduates pass by.
centre. Red, stand at 8.
Party order. Out. Party stand at 8.
During the following presentations, please feel free to take photographs, but we ask that you refrain from encroaching upon the parade ground. I now call upon the Commissioner of Police, Mr Cole Blanche APM, to present the Dux Awards. The Dux Award is sponsored by LexisNexis and awarded to the officer with the highest level of performance in all aspects of the recruit training program. The recipient for Red Squad is Constable Jared French. The recipient for White Squad is Constable Cade Lyon. I now call upon the Honourable Reece Whitby MLA, Minister for Police, Road Safety, Tourism and Great Southern, to present the Minister's Awards. The Minister's Awards are donated by the Minister for Police and awarded to the officer selected by their peers as the person having made the best overall contribution to their squad. The recipient for Red Squad is Constable Jared French. The recipient for White Squad is Constable Jordan Stidworthy. Thank you, Minister. Please join me in congratulating these officers. Tonight's event also features the presentation of the Commissioner's Medal for Excellence to 3 worthy recipients. This medal is awarded to those who have consistently contributed to the achievement of the goals and values of the WA Police Force, or have undertaken or been involved in a major policing event where their contribution has been significant. I now invite forward Police Auxiliary Officer Warren Taylor. Custodial Support PAO Warren Taylor went well above and beyond his regular duties to rescue a young child from a burning house in Albany in April 2024. Despite the intense smoke and flames, Peo Taylor ventured inside to locate a 2-year-old boy and carrying the child through the inferno. Ms. Mel Ploy. Since commencing with the WA Police Force in 2004, Ms. Ploy has forged a career across multiple portfolios. The most recent of these has been with the technology portfolio, where she has been the conduit between portfolio management, central corporate service areas, and staff to deliver and embed a large restructure. Mrs. Lynn Harding. Mrs. Harding has provided an outstanding service to WA Police Force and her local community for more than 43 years and has been in her current role as a customer service officer at Moora Police Station since 1996. She has contributed significantly to the Moora community through her involvement in various community initiatives and clubs. Thank you, sir, and well done to those worthy recipients. I'd now like to invite the Honourable Rhys Whitby, MLA, Minister for Police, Road Safety, Tourism and Great Southern, to address the graduates and guests.
Okay, this is my second time in which I forgot to turn the microphone on at one of these events, so apologies for that. Good evening, everyone. I begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, the Noongar people of the Whadjuk Nation, and pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. Also, I'd like to acknowledge the Commissioner Blanche, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, the graduating squads of red and white. This is my second graduation ceremony as Minister for Police. My first graduation was less than 6 hours after being sworn in as Police Minister. I want to express how immensely honoured and proud I am to have been asked to serve as your Minister and take on this responsibility for a truly exceptional police force. I recently spent a week travelling throughout the Great Southern District, visiting police officers and stations in Katanning, Mount Barker, Albany and Denmark. I met with a 17-year-old police cadet and officers in charge with 30 years' experience and everyone in between, who told me everything they loved and sometimes a few things they disliked about the job. Every one of them was proud of the uniform and the job they did. As Minister, I'm constantly humbled by your dedication to the job and to each other. Tonight, we have the opportunity to acknowledge all serving police officers, from the Commissioner and his command team through the ranks to our newest probationary constables. I'm also very pleased to pay tribute to those officers who are retiring tonight, along with all other retired officers and their families. I'd like to make special mention of Commander Lance Martin and his family, who I understand are here tonight. Thank you for being here, Lance. The Commander has had a few nicknames over the years, such as Geek with a Gun or the Grandfather of Innovation. One thing is for certain, Lance, your passion and drive for smarter policing will leave a lasting legacy for the culture of the WA Police Force, and I'm very grateful for that and your contribution. Here in Western Australia, we have been incredibly well served by our police, which we can rightly claim as equal to or better than any other in the world. It's a police force that has embraced new and cutting-edge technology to be able to respond faster and to deliver justice for victims of crime. This has been done without losing sight of our most important asset, our people. That culture within WA Police is ingrained from your first day here at the Academy and extends to the very top ranks of the force. I want to acknowledge the leadership of Commissioner Blanche. The state government has continued to successfully stop the eastern states from taking our GST, and we also ensured they didn't take our Commissioner either. Occasions like this give us all a chance to pause and extend our appreciation for the service and sacrifice you all make for the West Australian community. I recognise the presence of so many friends and family members and loved ones who are here tonight to support our graduating police officers, and thank you for being here, and thank you for the amazing applause you gave as they marched in front of you. Unlike those in uniforms, unlike the probationary constables in front of us, you did not volunteer for this. But we know the well-being and success of these new officers in their policing careers will be largely due to the support, the love and the understanding that you will provide them in the years ahead. I want to thank you for what you have already done to support your officers, and I want to thank you in advance for the support you will provide them in the years to come. You are now all part of the Blue family. This week, that Blue family came together to support the family and friends of Constable Anthony Woods. As the Commissioner will say, Constable Woods, in fact he's already said it, Constable Woods is a hero. His sacrifice will never be forgotten. To our graduates who step out onto the front line as our new probationary constables, it's pleasing to see so many of you coming through the cadets program, and some of you who have worked in other roles within the agency or come from strong and proud police families. For others, this journey is new, and I want you to know you have the full support of the state government and the entire Western Australian community. The people of Western Australia will always appreciate the sacrifices you will make to keep us safe. It takes courage and it takes commitment to put on the uniform and run towards danger when the rest of us will run away. You are protecting one of the largest single policing jurisdictions in the world across a vast state that takes in many different environments and many different challenges. This will demand a lot of you and your loved ones. It requires a generosity of spirit and great care for your colleagues and your fellow West Australians, putting yourself in harm's way for the greater good. But every day will be different, and it will no doubt be an exciting journey. On behalf of the people of the state of Western Australia, I thank you for your courage, your care, your commitment. Congratulations on your graduation and all the very best for your new career. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. I now invite the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Cole Blanche, APM, to address the graduates and guests.
Good evening all. Can I first thank Professor Colleen Hayward, AM, for her welcome to country. She always provides a very inspiring education and make us proud of our country. Can I also acknowledge and welcome the Honourable Rhys Whitby, MLA, our Minister for Police, but also Road Safety, Tourism and the Great Southern. To all distinguished guests here tonight, and I also thank our partner agencies who work closely with police every day. Thank you also to my colleagues from the Western Australia Police Force, in particular all the Academy staff here tonight who prepare our recruits to be ready for duty. And most importantly, I welcome you, our newest police officers, your family, and your friends. Now, for the crowd here tonight, what happens out on the parade ground is not done by magic. So I would ask you all, as we recognise Sergeant Randall Worthington, the Banner Party, Mounted Branch, the Pipe Band and the Road Policing Motorcycle Group, and give them a large round of applause for what they do for us here each night. It is always my honour and privilege to officially address our officers from tonight Red and White Squads, who have answered the call to duty by joining the ranks of the Western Australia Police Force. Your willingness to undertake vigorous training and to learn the skills and knowledge necessary to serve our community is proof of your character and your integrity. In this job, you will see the best and the worst of our community, but be required to remain impartial in the face of adversity. Your greatest support will be your family and friends, and to those who are here tonight, I appreciate you sharing this journey with these new officers. I have no doubt that you are as proud of them as I am. Their success greatly depends on your continued support. Thank you for helping them achieve their goal of graduating and for the future support in the years to come. Never forget that you are also now part of our Blue family. We know that half of our graduates here tonight have already been part of that family, with 24 of you advancing through our cadet program, 2 from our auxiliary officer ranks and another customer service officer. As new police officers, you have all earned the honour of being able to serve the people of Western Australia, where every day brings a responsibility to keep our community safe. We do enjoy the trust and respect of our community because we focus on our policing fundamentals, and it is now your responsibility to uphold this reputation. Always use your eyes and ears, but to keep us safe, never lose your unwavering sense of duty. And already tonight, you've seen examples of the outstanding support and service we enjoy right across our policing family, as I handed out 3 medals of excellence to 3 very well-deserving police staff members. The favourite part of my night, and it will be the favourite part of everyone's night here, in a few moments we will recognise 7 police officers who have recently retired after impressive and dedicated careers. As the Minister said, we have Commander Lance Martin, APM, Inspector Shane Sadler, Sergeants Grant Edgar, Lawrence Stubbs and Gary Wyatt, and Senior Constables Paulette Brown and Robert Duffy. They have served a combined total of 277 years of service. Many of them, in fact most of them, have served well over 40 years of service, which is a remarkable effort. Tonight we welcome new recruits, but we say goodbye to those who have served over 4 decades to our community. I do want to speak briefly about Commander Lance Martin. To our right, you'll all see the building there. Within that building, we have the Lance Martin Operational Technology Hub that we opened in May of 2023. I would describe Lance as a true gentleman and an inspiring leader of people. As the Minister mentioned, he has a number of nicknames, but he has a few more. Mr. CAD, Mr. Radio, Mr. Technology. He is an inspiration to all police, not just in Western Australia, but across the world. Without the input of Lance Martin in Western Australia Police, none of us would be on the journey that we are with technology to keep our communities safe. His dedication and passion to do that is extraordinary. And when the retired officers march out tonight, I want all of us to save our largest round of applause for them. Not yet. Also, Lance is here tonight because he does not want to retire, but in true Lance fashion, he needs to do it in support of his beautiful wife, Vanessa, and his family, his son, Jordan. Lance is going through a tough time. His illness and his suffering is no doubt immense, but Lance has come to work every day, and that's what makes him an inspiration to us all. You might see many police officers here tonight as Lance marches out. We will all have a tear because we love Lance, we believe he is our friend, and he is nothing but an inspiration for all police officers here in Western Australia. So when we do march them off the parade ground shortly as a mark of our honour and respect, please save that long and loud round of applause for those officers who essentially gave most of their adult life serving the people of Western Australia. Graduates, with these fine examples, I urge you all to take pride in your work and embrace the challenges that will come with being a police officer. Stay true to your training and never forget the values that have led you to this profession: duty, teamwork, integrity and care. Congratulations to you, our newest Western Australia police officers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Could all guests please stand for the national anthem? Officers in full uniform are required to salute. And please feel free to sing along if you wish.
National salute, present! Arms!
Please be seated.
Party commander, take post.
Commander Bonaparte, by the centre, wait!
Members of the West Australia Police Force are afforded the honour of being marched off the parade ground as a sign of recognition for their dedicated service to the community of Western Australia. It is our honour tonight for the West Australia Police Force to march off the following members: Senior Constable Paulette Brown, Senior Constable Brown joined the WA Police Force on the 28th of May 2001 as part of Red Squad 3 2001. Tonight she marches off with Red and White Squads. She served at Breath Section and Central Metropolitan Traffic in her early career, and then at the WA Police Academy at the Foundation Training and Probationer and Cadet Development Units, where she was able to pass on her substantial knowledge and experience to the new generation of police officers. Most recently, Senior Constable Paulette Brown served as a youth policing officer at Broome Police Station, a position she held until she left the WA Police Force on the 29th of January 2025 after 23 years of service. Senior Constable Robert Duffy. Senior Constable Duffy joined the WA Police Force on the 3rd of October 1983 and initially served at Central Police Station before spending the majority of his career in regional locations including Kalgoorlie, Fitzroy Crossing, Carnarvon and Shark Bay Police Stations. Most recently, Senior Constable Duffy served as an operations officer at Crime Stoppers, a position he held until he left the WA Police Force on the 3rd of April 2025 after 41 years of service. Sergeant Grant Edgar. Sergeant Edgar joined the WA Police Force on the 2nd of July 1984 and is a highly specialised forensic officer. He has served as a disaster victim identification expert, travelling both within Australia and internationally to assist in numerous multi-death incidents and natural disasters. Most recently, Sergeant Edgar served as a District Forensic Investigation and Quality Assurance Officer at the District Forensic Investigation Office Management Unit, a position he held until he left the WA Police Force on the 2nd of April 2025 after 40 years of service. Tonight, he will also receive his 40-year service clasp. Sergeant Gary Wyatt, BM. Sergeant Wyatt joined the WA Police Force on the 14th of March 1983 as a cadet. In 1998, he was promoted to the rank of sergeant and served with the Tactical Response Group as well as Major Incident Group, Mounted, Major Crash and Police Technical Units. Most recently, Sergeant Wyatt served as an Emergency Operations Coordinator at the Emergency Operations Unit, a position he will hold until he leaves the WA Police Force on the 26th of May 2025 after 42 years of service. Sergeant Laurie Stubbs. Sergeant Stubbs joined the WA Police Force on the 28th of September 1981 and has served at almost all of his career in regional locations, including Bunbury, Busselton, Lake Grace and Geraldton. In 2000, he was promoted to the rank of sergeant and transferred to Carnarvon Police Station and then the Kimberley Traffic Office. Most recently, Sergeant Stubbs served as a supervisor at Bunbury Police Station, a position he held until he left the WA Police Force on the 25th of February 2025 after 43 years of service. Inspector Shane Sadler, APM. Inspector Sadler joined the WA Police Force on the 17th of April 1978 as a cadet and went on to serve in a number of metropolitan and regional police stations. In 2020, Inspector Sadler was awarded an Australian Police Medal for his dedication to duty, strong work ethic and professionalism throughout his career. Most recently, Inspector Sadler served as an Assistant District Officer at Joondalup District Office, a position he held until he left the WA Police Force on the 8th of December 2024 after 46 years of service. Commander Lance Martin, APM. Commander Martin joined the WA Police Force on the 5th of July 1982. He went on to revolutionise policing through his work modernising the police radio system, establishing the automatic number plate recognition system, and by leading the Digital Policing's mobility program. In 2009, Commander Martin was awarded the Australian Police Medal, and earlier this year he was also awarded the Commissioner's Medal for Excellence in recognition of the technological advancements he implemented. Most recently, Commander Martin served as the Commissioner's Strategic Advisor at the Office of the Commissioner of Police, a position he held until he left the WA Police Force on the 24th of April 2025 after 42 years of service. Thank you. Could all guests please stand whilst the police banner and retiring members are marched off the parade ground. Officers in uniform are required to salute and hold the salute until the banner halts. Please be seated. This brings us to the conclusion of this evening's graduation. The parade sergeant will shortly prepare the parade for the final march past and then dismiss the parade. Aside from the traditional place in formal ceremony, drill is an important part of recruit training, and it teaches the individual coordination of movement. Team discipline is an exercise in self-discipline, alertness and coordination. The recruit squads and instructors have spent numerous hours on the parade ground perfecting their movements to provide tonight's graduation spectacle for all their family and friends. We hope that you have enjoyed it. Please feel free during the march past to cheer and applaud the graduates as they march past. Afterwards, the constables will have official photographs taken before refreshments will be served in the upstairs in the Academy Cafe. Thank you very much for attending this evening's event. If anyone has found a spare hat, a lady's hat, police hat that's been thrown in the air, would you please bring it up to the lectern? That would be great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any more hats, please bring it up to the lectern. If you found a hat, please bring it up to the lectern. Mel Lou, if you want your hat, please. More hats, please bring up to the lectern. Not souvenirs. Could all the retired officers please come up to the lectern? Good. Any more? We are. Could all the retired members please come up to the photo taken?
Red squad up for your photo, please, right away. Red squad members up to the dais for your photo now.
Go, right squad, your turn. Come up to your photos, please. Right squad. Move it, move it. Senior Constable Davenport, paying Senior Constable Davenport, if you please report to the lectern for a photo. Senior Constable Davenport, can you come down for a photo, please?